I'm Colin Hung, editor at Healthcare IT Today. I'm excited today to actually talk about an area of healthcare that doesn't get a lot of attention, but that is very important, and that is terminology solutions and terminology services. We're going to sit down and hear what it is, why it's useful, and how it can be deployed effectively inside an organization. So with me today is Jacob Hansen, CEO of CareCom, the maker of a terminology solution, as well as Tami Jones, who's the director of product at CareCom as well. Welcome, thank you for sitting down with me today. So I'm going to ask a question that I think most people have in their minds when we hear about terminology solutions, and that is, what is it? And what problem does it solve?
Sure, good question, Colin. Most healthcare organizations out there really struggle with terminology and the standardization of codes. So they all have labs and diagnosis and procedures, but sometimes they are using like custom codes for that. So really the problem that we solve is having a single source of truth and then not managing through a series of spreadsheets. They're all looking at one central database.
All right, and so what's the technology that's used to solve this challenge, this problem that you just described there, Tami?
It is a standard terminology service that has all the code system, mapping, subsets, all of that in one box, so you have one thought of truth.
Excellent. And so, from what you describe, though, don't all technologies and all applications already have this kind of stuff built in? Shouldn't they all have it built in?
They should, but they really don't. So there's a lot of them, like I said before, that they manage these through a series of spreadsheets and a bunch of tables that are on the back end. And again, EMRs allow providers to create custom codes. Of course, those custom codes don't map to a standard. And that means that reimbursement or billing, those codes really slip through the cracks, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
So what's the bottom line in terms of, if someone's using HealthTerm or a technology like yours, what's the benefit to them? What do they get in terms of the healthcare organization? What benefit do they receive from using software like yours?
First of all, they have one single thought of truth, as we talked about. So one place where all code systems are always up to date. They're all mapped to each other. So you have the local code systems maps into the standardized one. So one set where everything can be looked up and achieved.
Excellent. Anything to add there, Tami?
Yeah, not only that, but we really have that subset and grouping that's really important as well when we're talking about 42 CFR Part 2, that we can group those codes together, like for diabetes, for example, or in that privacy case for HIV, put them all together so then we can meet those requirements for that as well.
So we've been talking a lot about hospitals using it. That's at least what I have in my mind. But are they the only people that can use products like HealthTerm and these terminology services?
Yeah, healthcare organizations and all. So EMR vendors, providers, everybody that is in this field of software for the healthcare industry. But we don't go out of that. That's our niche. We will stay within healthcare. That's where we have our knowledge.
And what makes HealthTerm unique? What's special about your solution and CareCom that sort of makes it stand out from all the others that are out there?
There's really a couple of things. As Jacob mentioned before, there's a lot of, everything is in one box for HealthTerm. So there's all of your mappings and your subset capabilities and that single source of truth. And the other part that's really, we've got great algorithms too with those auto mapping components, but the other part of it that's really one of our special ingredients, we're the only terminology solution on the market that provides a language translation tool as well. So that means that if you need to go from English to Spanish or French or Danish, for example, we can do that and we provide that tooling for it.
So if someone wanted to find out more about CareCom and HealthTerm, where can they go?
Sure, they can go to our website, carecom.com, and there's some contact information there. Our email is on the site, also a phone number that you can call, whether you're in Europe or you're in the US. Contact us. You can find us on LinkedIn as well and Twitter. We're at CareCom and at HealthTerm. So reach out to us and we're happy to have a conversation.
Great. And so for our viewers, what's the one thing you want them to take away from watching this video today? What's that one thing you would love for them to remember about what we've spoken about?
Right. I really want them all to take a look at their own organization and if there's a terminology solution in place. If there's not, I know there's a gap. There's a gap for your reimbursement, your billing. How much resources are you putting towards finding what those codes are, standardizing the codes? talk to us. Let's look at your use cases, and then we'll help you solve those.
What's the one thing that you want the viewers to take away?
I think this having everything in one box. So you have all the toolings, as we talked about, having the APIs, the last performance, the scalability. So no matter if you're a smaller organization or you're a government, so we run all code system in Norway, Sweden, Denmark. So it doesn't matter if you're HRE or a government, it's all handled in one tool.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I've learned a lot about terminology services and terminology solutions, which is, again, not an area that I spend a lot of time in, and I don't think our viewers do. This has been very educational. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us, Colin.
I'm Colin Hung with Healthcare IT Today, and this has been a discussion around terminology solutions with Jacob Hansen and Tami Jones from CareCom. Thanks for watching.